resources will be linked down below. Also, comment what we should do next. That would be awesome. Okay, just let me grab my laptop. Alright, here we go, guys. Fact number 1. Saint Valentine. You sound quiet, sorry. Saint Valentine wasn't just one person. You may already know that Valentine's Day was named after its patron saint, Saint Valentine, but there's technically actually some confusing surrounding which Saint Valentine the holiday technically honors. There are at least 2 men named Valentine that could have inspired the holiday, including one Valentine, who was a priest in 3rd century Rome. As the story goes, this Valentine defied Emperor Claudius II's ban on marriage. He thought it distracted young soldiers, illegally marrying couples in the spirit of love until he was caught and sentenced to death. Another legend suggests that Valentine was killed for attempting to help Christians escape prison in Rome, and that he actually sent the first Valentine message himself while imprisoned, writing a letter signed "From your Valentine." So, either or. Fact number 2. Though some historians believe that Valentine's Day commemorates the death of Saint Valentine on February 14th, others believe the holiday actually has its origins in a pagan fertility festival called Lupercalia, which was celebrated on February 15th in ancient Rome, dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture. And Roman founders Romulus and Remus, the day was celebrated by sacrificing animals and smacking women with animal hides, a practice that was believed to encourage fertility, or just make them mad. Number three. At the end of the 5th century, Roman Pope Gelasius officially declared the date of February 14th St. Valentine's Day. It wasn't until the Middle Ages, though, that the holiday became associated with love and romance, a tradition that first started from the common belief in France and England that birds started their mating season on February 14th. Number 4. He's the charming cherub that appears on Valentine's Day cards, often depicted with a bow and arrow. But how did Cupid become a common symbol of Valentine's Day? According to Time, the figure can actually be traced all the way back to 700 BC to the Greek god of love named Eros, who was actually a handsome, immortal man with the intimidating power to make people fall in love. It wasn't until the 4th century BCE that the Romans adopted Eros into the image of a cute little boy with a bow and arrow, naming him Cupid. By the turn of the 19th century, Cupid had become linked to Valentine's Day due to his love-matching powers. Number 5. The oldest record of a Valentine being sent, according to History.com, was a poem written by a French medieval National Retail Foundation, Americans spend over $20 billion on Valentine's Day gifts. Spent over $20 billion in 2019, and they were expected to spend a record-breaking $27.4 billion for 2020. But I'm actually not sure how that went. I guess, no, it probably did happen because we weren't quarantined. I just forget that January and February of 2020 were like normal. Never mind me, let's move on. Number 9. Americans send 145 million Valentine's Day cards each year. 145 million, are you kidding me? Anyway, question. And number 10. The Valentine's Day gift that people spend the most on is jewelry. Candy and flowers might be some of the most common gifts for Valentine's Day, but according to the National Retail Federation, the category that we typically spend the most on for February 14th is jewelry at a whopping $5.8 billion in 2020. The second most paid for gift on Valentine's Day of 2020 was an evening out with $4.3 billion, followed by clothing, candy, and then flowers. Alright. Number 11. The first heart-shaped box of chocolates was introduced in 1861. It was created by Richard Cadbury, son of Cadbury founder John Cadbury, who started packaging chocolates in fancy boxes to increase sales. He introduced the first heart-shaped box of chocolates for Valentine's Day in 1861. And today, more than 36 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolates are sold each year. That's 58 million pounds of chocolate. That's crazy. Okay. Number 12. Weirdly enough, the story of conversation hearts first began when a Boston pharmacist named Oliver Chase invented a machine that simplified the way medical lozenges could be made. The result was America's first candy making machine because the pharmacist soon started shifting his focus from making lozenges to candy instead. Chase then founded the New England Confectionery Company, or Necco, and the candy lozenges soon became what we know today as Necco wafers. Number 13. But it wasn't until 1866 that we first got printed messages on conversation hearts. It was Oliver's brother Daniel Chase who started printing sentimental messages on the Necco sweethearts. Though these candies were bigger than the versions we have today and featured much longer printed sayings and phrases. Some of the first messages included, "Married and white, you have chosen right," and "How long shall I have to wait? Please be considerate." That doesn't make sense. Why would you put that on a candy heart? Be considerate. Number 14. Nearly 6 million couples get engaged on Valentine's Day each year. That's a lot of engagements. That's a lot. Number 15. Many Latin American countries know the holiday as El Dia de los... I can't say it. I'm not very good at Spanish. I do apologize. But it's Day of Lovers, or also Day of Love and Friendship. But in Spanish, I can't pronounce it. Though couples exchange flowers and chocolates on this day, the holiday's focus is also directed on showing gratitude to friends. That's cute. I prefer that, other than love, you know. Number 16. In Japan, it's customary for just the women to give confections to the men in their lives, while the quality of chocolate indicating their true feelings according to fortune. On March 14th, exactly a month later, the men repay the favor by celebrating the increasingly popular White Day. Number 17. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is more than just a phrase. In the Middle Ages, young men and women drew names to see who their Valentine would be. According to the Smithsonian, they would wear the name pin to their sleeve for 1 week so that everyone would know their supposed true feelings. That's cute. Number 18. According to the National Confectioners Association, around was once widely believed to be human center of memory, where feelings of love were recorded. However, we have French and Italian artists from the 14th century to thank for the symbol that we know and love today, as they were the first ones to start using this motif in their work. Motif. Sorry, it's been a minute. Number 20. According to the National of Christians kissing statues of Christ or kissing the Bible led to X getting its name as a modern day kiss. Number 31. 31. 31. 31. Every year, thousands of romantics send letters addressed to Verona, Italy to Juliet, the subject of the timeless romantic tragedy Romeo and Juliet. This city marks the location of the Shakespearean tale, and the letters that reach the city are dutifully answered by a team of volunteers from the Juliet Club. Each year, on Valentine's Day, the club awards the Cara Giulietta, or Dear Juliet, prize to the author of the most touching love letter. There's actually a delightful movie called Letters to Juliet with Amanda Seyfried in it. I definitely recommend checking it out. It could be your Valentine's Day plan. I guess, never mind, you're watching this on Valentine's Day. Watch it tomorrow. It's a good movie. Number 32. During the Victoria era, those who didn't want the attention of certain suitors would anonymously send Vinegar Valentines. These cards, also called penny dreadfuls, were the antithesis of customary Valentines, comically insulting and rejecting unwanted admirers. They were later used to target suffragettes in the late 19th and early 20th century. Number 33. If we were anatomically correct when we drew hearts, the results would be a complex clump of valves and muscles. While the shape we're more familiar with is a lot easier to draw, no one really knows the origin of the heart shape. One possibility is that it resembles the now extinct plant Silphium, once found in the African city-state Cyrene. The plant was used as food coloring, a cough syrup, and most notably a contraceptive. This shape's association with sex eventually turned into one of love. The other suggestion is actually anatomical in nature. Some have thought the shape to be representative of breasts, buttocks, sexual organs, or an inaccurate depiction of a real heart. Alright. Number 34. Doves are better known for their association with peace, but there's no shortage of Valentine's Day decor featuring these white birds. These birds' association with love dates back to Greek mythology, when doves were the sacred bird of the love goddess Aphrodite, who favored them because of their monogamous habits. Like many birds, doves tend to stay with the same mate through the whole mating season, and the male doves support and care for the females after the babies are born. 35. Sorry, that was really fast and aggressive. Here are some interesting Valentine's Day facts we bet you never know. Doves, of course, are the avian stars of Valentine's Day, but birds in general have a strong association with the holiday. 14th century author Geoffrey Chaucer first made this connection of Valentine's Day fact forevermore when he wrote in a poem that on St. Valentine's Day every bird commenced to choose his mate. February 14th gained notoriety as the start of the spring mating season for birds, which would help solidify the day's association with love and romance. There is even a real type of bird commonly called a lovebird. The term can refer to a few different species of African parrots, all of which are extremely devoted to their mates. Therefore, we give them that nickname to people who mimic that lovey-dovey behavior. I personally think it's funny that February 14th is the mating day for birds, because where I live, we don't really have birds. We have a couple kinds of birds that stay the winter, but the rest of them migrate because it's too cold. So I'm just not maybe they do in the warmer parts, they're finding their mates. I just didn't know that because there aren't a lot of birds right now. They're all in the warmer countries. That's all I know about birds. 36 number 36. It is a Valentine's Day fact that even the simplest of love-centric chocolate boxes are likely to be adorned with some kind of ribbon decoration or lace-like design. They're pretty sure, but the reasons they're so popular for Valentine's Day decorations are far more complicated, both having strong associations with romance that go way back in history. In the Middle Ages, knights would often ride into battle carrying a ribbon from their sweethearts as good luck. Lace, meanwhile, has a far more literal association with love. The word itself comes from the Latin word laquis. I don't know how to say it. Which means to ensnare or capture, as in capture someone's heart. 37. In 2011, Iran banned Valentine's Day cards, gifts, teddy bears, and other Valentine tokens as part of an Islamic Republic backlash against the spread of Western culture. Okay. 38. On Valentine's Day in 2000, the producer of Vinegar, Pfizer, funded an Impotence Awareness Day in Britain. I mean, smart marketing. 39. Groundhog Day was originally observed on February 14th instead of on the 2nd. A really quick fun fact about me: I love Groundhog Day. I think it's such a fun day, and it's like such an underrated holiday, and I actually celebrate it because everyone doesn't care, but I care. I care a lot about Groundhog Day. Number 40. On Valentine's Day 2010, 39,897 people in Mexico City broke the record for the world's largest group kiss. Couldn't be us now. Not in the panorama. Number 40. The ancient Roman festival Lupercalia is considered to be one of the precursors to Valentine's Day. Celebrated from... did I put this on here twice? Oh no, never mind. It was celebrated from the 13th to the 15th. It was a purification and fertility ceremony reminiscent of the modern-day exchange of love notes on Valentine's Day. Boys would draw a girl's name from a box on the eve of the festival, and then escort her to the festival the next day. Or some scholars say she would be his sexual partner for the next year. I mean, that seems a little questionable. I don't really think that picking your partner out of a hat is good, but I'm not Roman, I wouldn't know. 42. A true love knot or endless love knot was a very popular Valentine in England and the United States in the 17th century. As their name implies, these Valentines were drawn as a knot and could be read from any line and still make sense. That's cute. 43. Some of the oldest handmade Valentines are rebuses, which is Latin for things or that which is indicated by things. A rebus is a kind of puzzle or riddle, and the pictures indicate the meaning of the card. For example, a picture of a bee and a picture of a gold mine would indicate the sentiment of be mine. 44. Fact number 44. On Valentine's Day, some zoos offer the opportunity for people to buy a cockroach and name it after an ex, and then watch it be fed to an animal such as a meerkat. That's fun. Number 45. According to Welsh tradition, a child born on Valentine's Day would have many lovers. A calf born on Valentine's Day, however, would be of no use for breeding purposes. If hens were to hatch eggs on Valentine's Day, they would all turn out rotten. 46. Famous people on Valentine's Day include John Barrymore, Jimmy Hoffa, Jack Benny, Carl Bernstein, Renee Fleming, and Florence Henderson. 47. Shakespeare mentions Valentine's Day in A Midsummer's Night Dream and in Hamlet.